Well, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at. This is Bishop Brown again, James. I feel God Brown, and we're here, and I'm doing a video, a live every day during the month of October, where we're going to talk about some of the issues, some of the things that the Lord has blessed me to know, and that I want to pass on to you. One of the things that I not fear is a bad word, but one of the things that really concerns me is that I don't want to die and everything that's within me goes to the graveyard. I think that's such a waste. I think that it happens far too often, and I don't want that to be my testimony. So I want to spend some time with you, and I hate doing lives. It's not something hate is a strong word, but I really think that I'm better suited to radio. When I was in college, I did a radio show, and I really enjoyed it. And I think that sometimes that I fall prey to that and want to go back to that. But so today, we're only going to do 10, 15 minutes. I can't do everything in that time. On the bottom of the screen, you see a crawl that will tell you how you can submit questions for these. I got a couple questions yesterday, and I was really thankful for those of you who wrote in with questions. If you want, I can see some things on the yeah the video. Yeah, I don't want that. Some of the things I can see at the bottom of the screen. So if you put anything in the chat, I can see some of it. If you're on Facebook, I believe. If you're on YouTube, I believe. Those are the two that I think I can really see well. And so if you add something to the chat, I will be able to see it. And chances are I can even respond to it. So hopefully we'll get a chance to do that. So if you are on those, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Restream, if you're on YouTube, you can ask questions there while we're live. This is happening every day at noon. If you see it later, catch me tomorrow at noon. I'm going to be doing these this week, and we're going to be expanding. I'm going to tell you my vision that I believe I'm supposed to walk in for this season of my life. And I've got to teach it. I've got to teach it. So the question is, we're about to get ready to go into the holiday season. Some of you have never, ever, never, ever, never, ever made a dime online. And so some of you have ministries. You've never been able to expand the width and breadth of your ministries. Some of you have nonprofit. Nobody gives you a dime. Some of you don't know how to utilize your online presence in order to magnify your brick and mortar presence. And that happens whether it's business, whether it's nonprofit, or whether it's ministry. So we want to address some of that. I've got a couple questions, and so today we're going to take the first question that I got that we received yesterday, and I'm going to work with it, and I'm going to take probably the rest of the week to go through some of it, because it's not one of those things that you can answer all at once. So let me change the view on screen here so that you can see what I'm working with, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here we are, and this is what came in. It said, everything I try online never makes me any money. What should I be doing to start? Well, the short answer is you need to get a mentor. You need to have a system that has worked for someone else that you can then employ to work for you. It's not enough to everybody sees the reels. Everybody, if drop shipping, if you don't want to do drop shipping, they tell you that you can go to Amazon and don't do ship physical products. Some people say do physical products. Some folks say do drop shipping. Some folks say do this, do that. There are 1,000 ways really to make money online. And it has worked for everybody. Some of them have worked for everybody, and some of them have worked for nobody. But the vast majority of people trying to make money online never make a dime. And that's a shame. But it doesn't have to be that way. There are systems that I use. I'm eating my own dog food. Let me explain what I mean by that. I pay the rent where I live. I pay that note where I live primarily from the earnings that I get here. I pay my other bills with my retirement and Social Security. But um, I want to show you some of the ways that you can do that. Now, if you want to do affiliate marketing, that works. If you want to write a book, that works. If you want to start a blog and be an influencer, that works. If you want to ship products, if you want a Shopify store, that can work. All kinds of e-commerce can work, but how you set it up will make the difference. So find a mentor. It doesn't have to be me. If it's me, great, glory, hallelujah. You can set up, by the way, if you want to, you can set up a strategy call with me. We can talk about it. Free. Did I say free? One of my favorite words. Some of you have been with me in the past. You know that I really love the word free. That's one of my favorite words. And the fact is that the largest word in sales is free. That's the biggest word in sales. Most people think it has to be something else, but really, people come to see free. What the problem is, many people don't give people that come that way any additional information other than how I can get your money. Well, that's not what we're doing here. This is going to be free. Now, if you want to pay me, I have ways to be paid. But I want you to hear from me what to do. Now, the second thing is what I teach is that you need to find a niche. How do you do that? Well, there's several ways. What is a niche? First, it's an area, a way, a method that you're going to concentrate on in order to provide people with something that they feel is valuable enough to give you their money. Let me say that again. It is finding people in an area that you're going to give them something of value that they will feel is valuable enough for them to give you their money. Now, somebody said, "Well, I have a ministry, so I don't get money." If you don't get some money, your lights at the church, at the ministry, at whatever your nonprofit is, will be turned off. I know what it is. Some of you, because of the pandemic, have already been paying the church bills with your money. So you're working a job and you're paying to preach. I've been there. Some of you want to get online. You're tired of the 9 to 5 hustle. You're tired of trying to exchange hours for dollars. It's a losing proposition, but if you can find a way that you can make money even when you're not touching a keyboard, then you will be ahead. And that's part of what it is. So finding a niche, a process, a program, and more than just taking another course, but finding a way that you can implement what you're doing. Test it out before you spend a lot of money. My business, what I teach people is the $100 business. I want to show you how that you can start earning income for $100. You put $100 down. You know, some of us, now can we talk? Some folks spend more than $100 on their hair every week, every couple weeks. You know I'm telling the truth. Some folks can't go a week without buying a new outfit. Some folks do a whole lot of things with their money. Some of us have more money tied up in streaming services than we ever invest in our own business. Well, you need a program, you need a platform, and you need a methodology for you to make some money. All right. Right now, there's nobody in the chat. If you got something to say in the chat, say it quick, because I'm going to move on here in just a few minutes. Okay. So, where was I at? Don't need notes. I need ding. I think that's it. Yeah. So if you, like I said, if you have questions, there's my email on the screen. If you have questions, send me an email. I feel God. My name is James Brown. So it's I feel God, not I feel good. I feel God at gmail.com. So send me a question. But today's question, everything I try never makes me any money. Somebody says, yeah, I know he's telling the truth. What should I do to get started? Well, like I said, find a mentor. But after you find a mentor, you need to know what the niche is that you're going to do. Now, some people say, pick a niche that you're interested in. I don't teach that. I don't teach that. To an extent, I do, but not really. You want a niche where people are paying money. You want a niche where people are. You want a niche that has value, and you want to approach that by giving value in a way that drives traffic to what you want to sell. And that's what you're talking about here. So you're going to find a niche. Then discover how to monetize it. What do you mean monetize? Well, I'm talking about you need to know how you're going to make money with the subject matter that you're going to provide with the information, if it's information, with the product, if it's a product. Find the problem. What's the problem you're solving? What is the problem? If you're not solving a problem, listen, when somebody sells a car, they are solving a problem. They're solving a problem that somebody wants to go to someplace else. It's not that they're selling luxury. It's that they're solving problems. If you're buying cars and you don't need to go anywhere, then you're in the minority. You're in such a minority that we can't even market to you. Okay? Because most people need to get to work, run the kids to the practices. Most people have a need for transportation. If you're selling paint, I used to sell paint. Yeah, I used to sell paint. I used to work for Sears and Roebuck years ago, about 50 years ago, in fact. I worked for Sears and Roebuck in Department 30, which was the paint department. And the fact is that there are different paints that are there to solve different people's problems. If you have a deck, you don't need house paint. If you're trying to protect your deck so it doesn't fall off your house, you don't need house paint. You need deck paint. If you're trying to paint the inside of the house, you don't need exterior paint. You need interior paint. If you want to paint a floor, you don't want wall paint. You need floor covering treatments. And so solving the problem, knowing how to solve the problem is integral to being able to offer something of value. The knowledge of which paint you need is the value. And people pay whatever you're selling so that they can get your knowledge about that paint, because that solves the problem, especially if they've tried something else and it didn't work. You have value. Now, I don't know anything about paint. Let me tell you something. I started a website. Well, actually, I didn't. Well, yeah, I did start. I bought a domain for a website. And that website dealt with something I had absolutely no knowledge of. But that website already had traffic, and whoever had it before me gave it up. So guess what? I picked it up and I put information on that website. And then I also put on that website things that they could purchase that further gave them the results they want. Let me give you an example. If you start a website on sound engineering, people who are going to come to that website want to know about how to record sounds. How they may have a home studio. They may want to record, become a recording artist. They may just want to have beats. That's something the kids are really into, is making beats. Well, all of that, they may want a microphone. If you know how to, if you have a microphone that you can offer them as a part of the information that you're giving about sound engineering or sound development or sound recording, then you can earn income from that. People who may have bought a car, but their insurance has just jumped up. If you can provide information that helps. Now, let me tell you, my most valuable employee, I said this yesterday, I'm going to say it again today. My most valuable employee costs me $20 a month. And that is, I use artificial intelligence. I write articles using artificial intelligence. I do research using artificial intelligence. And each day, I mean, I do it every day, it helps me to know more about any niche that I want to approach. Now, my time is up. I've went overtime. But tomorrow I'm going to go deeper into this and I'm going to actually show you the methods that I use. But let me give you a commercial about some of the stuff that I do. All right. First, I need you to know, you see my email right there. ifeelgod@gmail.com. ifeelgod@gmail.com. Send me your questions. Number two, schedule a one-on-one call with me. On the screen, ifggo.pro/let's talk. It'll allow you to set up a time to talk with me. The times that I'm available are there, and you go there, let's talk. And guess what? You get to talk to me for free. And I'll set up the system sets up the Zoom call, and we'll be able to strategize more specifically what you want to do. I can only do so much in the 15 minutes on these calls, but I want to do these calls so that you understand that there is help on the hilltop. All right. So that's the one-on-one call. These are both free things. Send me the email with your questions. Schedule a one-on-one call. I also had, we're gonna start with, you'll be able to get the notes from these sessions every day. And somebody said, well, how are you going to deliver them? Well, I use a system called ConvertKit. That is now called just Kit, Kit. But there's the link to go to ConvertKit. This is an affiliate link. If you sign, but ConvertKit is free. So I'm not making any huge money. But when you get big, you'll need to know that. If you have a church, you need to have an email list. If you have a business, you need to have an email list. It's always easier to market to people that have already done business with you. So use ConvertKit, ifggo.pro/ConvertKit. Go sign up for it. I'm going to tell you why you need it in the next couple of days, but go ahead and get that done. Okay. So that's the end of my time on today. Like I said, we're going to do 15 minutes. I'm not going to try to wear you out. I'm not going to preach you an hour like I'm in church, but I did want to do that. I promised myself, I promised God actually, that I was going to do one a day. And so this is my one today. October 2nd, 2 in the books. I only got 28 more to go. All right. So God bless you. If you need me, please, please, please contact me. You got my email. You got ways to do that. Do not hesitate. Like I said, there's my email on the screen. All right. And how do you contact me? Well, you can set up a strategy call, one-on-one, me and you, IFG Go. By the way, IFG stands for I Feel God. ifggo.pro/let's talk. Until tomorrow, this is James, I Feel God Brown. God bless you. Talk to you again real, real, real soon.